All right, Coach. EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. Today, it's a Week 14 matchup that should be a good one between the Indianapolis Colts and the Atlanta Falcons. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Now the first carry for Le'Veon Bell. And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34. The numbers for Bell on the ground in the game last week. 18 carries, 95 yards.
And as we discovered in talking with the coaching staff prior to the game, going up against a team that struggled against the run has only emboldened them to run the football more. I expect 40 to 50 carries in this game.
Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the 34. A quick throw complete out to Beckham. And he stopped after a gain of 1. Not enough. Still a yard to go on 3rd down.
One thing we do know, he's going to get his catches. So as they move forward defensively, got to continue to focus on not giving up the big play when he does catch the ball in the secondary.
Just play number 3 here on the opening drive, and it's an early 3rd and 1. They're going to look to throw. Open man is Pettis. It's complete. And they'll get him to the ground. He has another first down at the Colts 40.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
Now from Colts territory, here's a 1st and 10 right at the 40. Now a first down carry by Bell. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down. And he's already got 2 catches on the opening drive. They know he's going to be a handful.
And sometimes you game plan for that offensively. You want to make sure that guy touches the ball, and sometimes it just happens naturally. And then you change your game plan. When he has the hot hand, you keep going back to him because he's running routes with confidence as the game goes on.
They'll try and run for it with Bell. And he picks up the first before he's taken down at the 29. They only get 2 there, but on 3rd and 1, that's all they needed to keep the drive going. And they'll keep it on the ground with Bell. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
2nd and 4. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And on this one, he'll get to the 15, right at the 15-yard line. That one, a first down pickup of 8. Inside the red zone here. They'll look to throw. A screen to Bell. And they'll lose yardage here. Knocked back to the 19-yard line. That'll be a loss of 4 yards on the play. And that's going to make it 2nd and 14. They'll go back to the ground with Bell. And just a couple yards there down to the 17.
Well, we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
Now some movement before the snap. And we'll hear from our referee for the first time this afternoon. And that'll be accepted, of course, and that moves him back 5. So the false start certainly doesn't help matters as they'll try again now, 3rd and long. Back to throw here. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
Chances are good he's going to be a very busy guy. 2 catches already in this opening drive, and they were looking his way for a third.
I think they put this defense on notice that could be a really, really frequent combination. And his kick is indeed good. And the Falcons are out to a 3-0 advantage. They moved the ball pretty well there on the opening drive. You think they're okay settling for 3?
I don't think they're happy about settling for 3, but I think you're exactly right with the word okay, because they threw it well, they ran it well. Excellent balance for the first drive of the game.
And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. Luck and the Colts come up now 1st and 10 at their own 24. First carry for Christian McCaffrey. Takes it to the 26, just a 1-yard gain.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, this big defensive lineman will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Here's McCaffrey. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. A 14-yard gain for Indianapolis, and also move the sticks. This running game so important for them, and they know that. It helped lead them to a victory last week when he was over 100 yards.
Let's face it, it's their identity, and that's what they want to play to. They want to be that team that runs the ball really well each and every week, and right now we're seeing a pretty good pattern of that happening.
A gain of 11 that time, and a Colts first down. From Falcon territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. Now it's Love. Looking deep here for Ebert. And this is taken in at the 5. 36 yards on the play. For an offense that has not found the end zone yet, that's a big play.
There's the spark right there. The big play that they needed. Now they've got to go ahead and finish this drive and put this ball in the end zone.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Tony Pollard, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Colts have taken the lead. Nice job of polishing off that drive, but all the credit there goes to that play prior.
Yeah, it certainly does, because after that big play, I think resistance almost felt futile at that point, didn't it? And the very next play, they come right back, quick, fast, and in a hurry, and put it in the end zone.
This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line.
Ready!
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And last time able to get 3. That's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, They don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. It's a gain of 13 and a first down for Atlanta.
It's funny, partner. Le'Veon Bell, when he came out of Michigan State, when I go back and look at my analysis of him and what my grades were for him, thought he was a big-time player, great potential, but I didn't know we were going to get this player. I was used to a big, solid, thick running back, but now I've got a full package, a guy who can do everything, as we just saw there, including breaking tackles.
But at the time, second-round pick in 2013, some people probably wishing they'd taken him in the first. Second and 5. To the sideline, and it's caught, but boy, he's out of bounds. Now, they try to get him into space coming out of the backfield, but it'll be third down. The Falcons on third down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5. And he finds Safarian Jenkins. And they'll get him to the ground. He has another first down at the Colts' 25-yard line.
You know I'm going to lean towards the defender, right? You know I'm going to do that.
I know.
That's a tough situation for him as I see it. But the truth of the matter is, that ball was not streaking towards him. Had a little arc on it. He's got to find a way to get his head around to make a play in football.
And he's going to take this one down to about the 23-yard line. Here's 2nd and 8. It's caught by OBJ. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. The Falcon passing game looking good on this drive as they get the first down. They've made goal line offense a priority on the practice field this week. This is exactly the situation they've been prepping for. He pushes forward from maybe 3 down to the 6-yard line. A short gain of just over 2 yards as the first half clock dips inside of 3 minutes. The 6-yard line, the line of scrimmage on 2nd and goal. 2nd and 6. And that is caught. Touchdown, Falcons. From 6 yards away. And the Falcons have retaken the lead. Well, we heard it, how heavily they stressed effective goal line offense this week in practice. Pays off there, they punch it in.
Now not only have we heard...
Touchdown, Falcons. The kicker on 4-point after.
It took them an extra look, but they found out it is a touchdown indeed. The official says this one counts. Extra point splits the uprights, and the lead is now 10-7. So a nice drive put together there. They go 75 yards in 9 plays. And the end result, an Atlanta touchdown. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And they had to wait a long time to get the football back. Probably not what you were hoping for when you got an offense that's humming.
Agreed. What you were looking for is the defense get the...
And is this intercepted? It is. It's intercepted. Isaiah Oliver with the INT. And his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. And that last drive, a long drive. But not just that, they had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here.
And Brandon, you know that expression? He just does what he does. It sounds trite, doesn't it? But in this case, it's perfectly apt. This is one of the better runners in the NFL. And all he does is just find avenues, find
nowhere to escape, and he goes down. The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on second down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. They'll set up a throw. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop it with exactly a minute to go before halftime. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after first and second down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. They'll look to throw here. And that is incomplete. They don't get the hook up there, but you really have to marvel at how precise he's been throwing the football these last couple weeks.
Oh, that's a perfect word for it, precise, because if you're at 70% or better 2 weeks in a row, you have a job as long as you want one in this league, won't you? I mean, let's face it, it's not just West Coast offense either. He's putting the ball downfield as well.
So well done there, and these punters, they get more specialized and better each and every year, don't they?
They sure do, and now it's really not the American punters. It's the Australian punters with their kicking academies and that flat drop and just kind of kicking the nose of the football. They're able to almost stop it where they want to, like a good golfer can check one up.
Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. To throw is Locke. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. Locke. Flush to his right. Ebron's got it.
As a general rule, offensive linemen like to know where their quarterback's going to be when he's setting up to throw the football. But sometimes they just have to get on the run, get on the move. He was able to do that on that play and picks up a first down with a nice throw.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's going to have to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
Back to the air, Locke on second down. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 33. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Falcon defense has a touchdown.
Now that was a beautiful play. A pick six. How would you punctuate something like that, partner?
What do you mean, with an exclamation mark?
Exclamation mark, a big word. What would you do with that?
Ampersand?
I like it.
Point after, right down the middle. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick six. This is taken at his 4. And he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line. Andrew Luck and the rest of the Colts offense ready to take over. He and his team, they have had a rough go of it here in this first half. Maybe time for him to put his foot down here in the second quarter.
Put his foot down and become a little more accurate throwing the football. He's already thrown 2 interceptions. He's trying to find a way to equal things out. And instead of it going to the opponents, get it to his own receivers and find the end zone.
Yeah, you mentioned those 2 picks. No touchdown passes yet either. From the 50, it's Locke. Shrugs the tackle.
Nice.
Open man is Ross, complete. Yeah, he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. Indianapolis moving the chains there on a gain of 12. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Now Locke. And that will be incomplete. 4 ticks left here on the clock. They work again from the 38 on 2nd and 10. The final shot before the break. Locke. That's complete to his tight end, Seals Jones. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. And just like that, on we head to half number 2. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This will be fielded at the 6. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. Out come the Colts. They'll have it first here to start quarter number 3. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back it.
Down the numbers. There he goes. Touchdown, Indianapolis. John Ross, his 11th touchdown of the year, as they are now just an extra point away from making this a 3-point game. And correct me if I'm wrong, that was just a simple fly route, wasn't it?
No, there's nothing to correct at all. You've got it down pat. And I just remember as a player, when I'd be in practice sessions and I'd hear 9 from the receivers, that meant fly route, go, look out. That was the 9, and he just kept going all the way into the end zone for the touchdown.
That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. Certainly want to avoid what they had to do last possession. That was punt the football, because this game's starting to tighten up.
In a basketball sense, you think about taking a little bit of the air out of the ball, right? Maybe milk some clock, limit the possessions. In this case, they might want to do the same thing, but control the game offensively. Put together some first downs, put together a drive, and keep it away from them.
Had the completed pass, but for no gain, stopped right at the line, so it's 2nd and 10. 2nd and 10. Caught here by Bell. And he'll be brought down. Oh, that's a face mask. Certainly looked like it. Indeed, here come the flags.
Defense.
So they'll take the yardage and tack on 15 more for the face mask.
Talk about a play that absolutely costs you in the end. Just trying to do your job, right? Trying to get him on the ground. Next thing you know, they'll march off another 15 against your squad.
After the penalty, it's Bell. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1.
Right there, 54, right there, 55.
They'll go again with Bell. And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. They'll drop to throw. Safarian Jenkins has it. An excellent pickup of 20 yards.
There are so many things to watch for when you play defense. And reading your keys, you always hear about that, and having your eyes in the right place. Sometimes your eyes can fool you. How about that play action there? And it sprang the big guy, didn't it?
Able to dump it over the top to him. They go play action here on first down. Open man is Higbee, the tight end. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8. So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on first down. They'll set up to throw. That's complete. It's Bell. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. Give him 6 on the play, and that'll bring up a 3rd down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
He'll look to throw. And this is caught for a Falcon touchdown. From 8 yards out, and the Falcons push further out in front. A good, sustained drive there in this third quarter, capping it off with a touchdown to give them a nice 2-score advantage.
It was actually a fun one to watch, wasn't it? I mean, for me, seeing the mix of what they did, how they moved the ball downfield, very sharp, too. Each and every play seemed to be executed with great dispatch.
This is fielded at the goal line. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. And now Indianapolis set to take the field. They did what they had to do to start this third quarter. Went down, got the touchdown to cut the lead with the matching touchdown a moment ago. And we're right back where we started at halftime.
Yeah, you're exactly right, partner. They had a little bounce in their step after scoring that first touchdown. But the defense gave one up. And that's the problem right now. Can they get better play from their defense while they continue to score on offense?
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. A gain of 11 that time, and a Colts first down. Couple of very nice carries to start this drive out.
Yeah, 2 first downs. And how about that second one? What a nice run on that particular play. I'm telling you, they're going to start to think that this game is easy if they continue to rip off yardage like this.
And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. Give him 9 there on the first down completion. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. Throwing again on 2nd down, but this time it's incomplete. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard. Call it a gain of 7, and it gets them a new set of downs.
Well, someone's been having a good game so far, and you know something? A lot of it's been power running. They decided to turn him loose again on 3rd down, didn't they?
They did indeed. He delivered the tough yards. Now throwing on 1st down and completing it. A good pickup there of 20 yards.
Let's go.
That crossing route is so effective when you hit it just right because you get a guy on the move, and then we see the end result there.
Nightmare for the defense. They got a guy with a full head of steam.
Not only does he catch it, but he picks up additional yardage after it.
That's going to be caught. A good pickup there, 21 yards.
As far as I'm concerned, Andrew Luck can do it all. I mean, he's an underrated runner, toughness in the pocket, strong and stout. But let's face it, the money, that comes from his arm.
And smart. And he takes it in for a Colts score. Christian McCaffrey, his 2nd touchdown on the season, as they are now just an extra point away from making this a 3-point game. Extra point try good by Gano. Solid job up front, really just a solid job all the way around to get that one in.
Yeah, that was well executed, wasn't it? Well blocked, well run. End result, 6 points.
Touchdown. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Back now here on EA Sports. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the 4th quarter. Again, it's Bell. And he'll be brought down somewhat awkwardly here, and a late flag as well. I think this one's going to be a face mask. Boy, tight game like this, 4th quarter, personal foul penalties, a no-no.
Yeah, we know the emotions are running high, the tensions are the same. Who can control them best could ultimately win it.
And now it's 1st and 10, a big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. Now left side, a completion to his tight end. And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Atlanta. Austin Seferian-Jenkins. His 4th touchdown on the year. And the Falcons push further out in front. Boy, it's nice to have that big, reliable target you can go to.
Each and every time. A lot of people see that position as a fallback. Throw it to them when all else fails. Not at all. This guy can make plays, and that's exactly what he just did.
Yeah, play here for a touchdown. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This is taken at his 4.
There's no downplaying that we all knew that this was a critical possession, and to get a return like that to start things off, that's the spark that they needed. That's the spark they were looking for.
On first down, this is McCaffrey. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old-school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run, got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
Saw through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. And that's going to be good for another first down as the tackle's made at the Falcons' 14.
Quarterbacks love slant routes because the receivers are breaking right into their line of vision, and receivers love them as well because they're getting the ball on the move and able to catch it and try and get upfield.
And he takes this one in for a Colts touchdown. Ricky Seals-Jones, his 6th touchdown of the season, as they are now just an extra point away from making this a 3-point game.
Big score, first step in their attempt to climb back into this game.
Yes, but still some work to do as they get within a score here. Gano the extra point, and now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. So just a 3-point game now as they send this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Falcons offense making their way onto the field. Let's take a look at the playoff picture coming into the weekend in the NFC. And I tell you, 4 weeks still to go, and everything is wide open, and it's fun.
And I know we always talk about, well, if the playoffs were to begin today, and then we kind of go, okay, but they're not. Let's see how it plays out. Wouldn't it be fun to play with this playoff lineup right now? Because to me, just about anyone can win this whole thing out of this grouping we currently have. And by the time we get there, it may look entirely different.
They'll run on first down. It's Bell. And he was able to shed the tackle, but the reserves come in for the stop. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Back to throw. He finds his target, Beckham. And they'll get him to the ground. He has another first down at the Colts' 45-yard line. Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch. Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. And he's going to get this inside the 30. 17 yards and a first down for Atlanta.
These guys are running offense like you drive. The pedal is down, stomped down. How about that? Back-to-back completions. They are rolling.
So much for being conservative and running that football. On first down, Bell. Eventually wrangled down before reaching the 20, but a strong run. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3. Offensively with the lead, you want to run the ball, keep the clock going, but you also want to still kind of be in attack mode too, right? So how do you do that and not come back on your heels?
Yeah, think about all the practices we've watched where they have that tempo period to go over things just like this, where they describe the scenario, tell you what they're looking for, and make sure that they're still attacking, yet at the same time not going so fast as to leave too much time on the clock.
As big of a play as we've had in this one so far. This is 3rd and 3. 3 points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the 4th. So it's Falcon football as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. On 3rd down, here's Bell. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. So fresh out of the 2-minute warning, and here's another timeout taken with 1:55 remaining. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. This from 36 yards out. And this one is right through. And that will double their lead as it's up to 6. So they get to 3, but you wonder now, is that going to be enough?
Excellent question, because when I look at the smiles on that side of the field, they're a little tight, aren't they? If they had scored a touchdown there, those would be big half-moon grins right now because they'd feel a whole lot better about their position.
And a touchdown in the other direction, all of a sudden they're down. Andrew Luck in the offense. Down by 6. A little under a minute 50 remaining. They need a touchdown. A field goal is worthless now as they come up on 1st and 10. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Isaiah Oliver with the INT. And that one, it's going to hurt big time. You're in the 2-minute drill trying to get your guys down the field, and it's looking like they're going to come up just short, as this is definitely not his best throw. And it'll wind up being intercepted. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Here's Bell. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on 1st down. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. They'll keep it on the ground. It's Bell, and he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. Now the Colts going to burn the 2nd of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 55 seconds remaining in the football game. So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long. This is Bell. And this one's going to go the wrong way, losing yardage back at the 42. Now the Colts will use their 3rd and final timeout as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds left to go in the game. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. This to make it a 2-score game. And that one's not going to get there. Not enough juice. An ambitious effort, but it's well short. And this score will stay right where it is. But things just got interesting. They tried for the long field goal there to salt this one away. They don't get it, and now a little time for the other guys to mount a late drive.
Well, they thought their kicker would put it through the post and finish this one off. I'm sure they discussed pooch punting it and letting their defense take over. Well, the defense now has to make it stand up, but they didn't get the best field position because the ball comes back to the line of scrimmage.
An ideal beginning of the drive there as they'll get 20 and a 1st down. Back to throw. Flushed out right. And his throw's going to be incomplete. He was looking for John Ross that time. And that'll bring up 2nd down. Line of scrimmage, the 31 as they line up 2nd and 10. He'll look to throw. He'll find his tight end, Seals Jones. And he's going to be out down inside the 20 at the 15. It'll be a gain of 17 and an Indianapolis 1st down.
Well, how about keeping your head about you in this situation? No more timeouts. Finds a way to get...
Complete to Ricky Seals Jones.
Hey, check out.
1st down, Indianapolis.
Let's see what you got. 57's the mic.
Back to throw. And he is in as they have tied it late here in the final minute of the 4th quarter. They got the dramatic score to tie the game here late 4th quarter. Now all eyes resting on the foot of one man.
Yeah, no doubt about it. And your brother called me before the game. That's his guy in fantasy. He needs this one badly.
A very important extra point there, up and good, and that is going to put them on top by a point, and it sets us up for quite a finish. Just a 4-play drive that time, and the result for the Colts is a touchdown. This is taken about 7 yards deep, and with time a factor here late, he'll just take a knee, and they'll start things out at the 25. And now the attention on the Falcons offense. Trailing by a point, a little under 30 seconds remaining. They've surrendered a double-digit lead, but can rescue themselves late as they come up on 1st down. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts. As the clock stops with 23 seconds to go in the game. Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. They'll look to throw. Oh, he got position on him, and he pulls it in. The Falcons going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in the game. He's back to throw. That'll be incomplete as the clock will stop with 14 seconds remaining. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. They'll look to throw here. And that's incomplete. Clock stops with 10 seconds left. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. And he finds Safarian Jenkins. And now they're going to get the timeout. A huge play has him in field goal range with a chance to win. And now it all rests on the right foot of their kicker. He's made 2. He's missed 1. This time for the win. Oh, they get to the football. It's blocked.
Oh, ball. That's our ball. That's our ball.
Well, Charles, they were close in the end, but they couldn't get that last play, that last little miracle play done. They were within striking distance, but couldn't find a way to score.
They definitely had hope. They definitely had opportunity. Just unable to cash in at the end. Not an easy play by any stretch, but they definitely had a chance.
So for Indianapolis, it's a 10th win on the year as they move to 10-3, and they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for Atlanta, the loss is number 8 for them on the year, and they'll be on the road next week for a matchup with the Carolina Panthers. So that's a wrap. For Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And this has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. For more, check us out at easports.com. So long, everybody.